Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone doing? I know, no announcement. We're just here. That's what we do. We just pop on.
Hey, Celine, I thought you were on date night, girl.
That's what she does. Comes back in private chats.
I just
One
saw that.
person. How's everyone doing? Thursday night. No hat tonight. See? I'm hatless. It's a hatless me. I can't see nothing. Hello, Terry. Anne Marie. John McGinnis. How are you? Holla. uh, Chris is back and fresh off of her 60th birthday, celebrating
Close, but not
celebrating
quite.
her birthday. So had to wrangle her back into it, but she's here. Hello, Nikki. Karen, how are you?
Thank you, Karen. No, I just got to get my. I guess it's. I'm in a different frame. Blah, blah, blah. See, I can't even. Blah, 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 blah. That's where I am. That says it all, right? No, it takes a bit to get my brain back into the after everything that's been going on. So someone doesn't get that.
I want to watch the replay of the whatever this was.
That was
There it
trying
goes.
to
There it is. I'm watching it
get
now.
that thing going.
Whatever. I don't even know what that was, but okay. Anyway, hey Nicole. Yeah, lots going on. First thing is we did announce the Camp Evans event that we were teasing. Finally, able to work things out with Camp Evans again and get back in there, which we've been hoping to do for several months. Since the last event in May when we were there. I believe that was May. God, who knows anymore? But yeah, we're back in Camp Evans. We'll be doing events there again, starting with October 17th, right around old Halloween. There's still probably 6 tickets available for that event. If you're interested, it is a Friday night. I know Friday nights are tough, but it Camp Evans is awesome.
Camp Evans is so worth it. It's one of the ones that we're so happy that things worked out with that site so that we could be back on there and do what we're doing.
And I'm going in the basement this time, so I'm
not gonna fight you over it, so we don't have to worry about that because you never get me down in that room.
Hello, Anna. Yeah, I wear the glasses because my issues come and go as far as my neurological issues. So stress, lots of that, lots of stress, pressure, um, lots of different things.
And there's been a lot of that today because we had to meet. We met with the printer for the expo on stuff. We had to go for planning because there's some stuff that has to be worked out that's new. So it's been a crazy. It's definitely been crazy.
Tina says, "Happy birthday, Chris."
Well, thank you.
But yeah, that's when normally when it rears its ugly head, and the more tired I get, the less sleep I get. It happens, is what it is. Anyway, so Camp Evans, yes, we will. We'll be back there October 17th. We've had a really strange patch of days, to say the least, or weeks, or months, however long it's been going on. Um, One of the cool things that happened today, we go to Woodbridge, for certain things, mostly for the expo and the Barron Arts Center, just to stop in and do some planning or to meet with Cynthia at the Barron to discuss, because we're friends, or just to discuss things we're doing. Today we were in town again for the expo to do some planning, and we stopped at Dollar Tree after going to Spirit Halloween. And I knew this guy. We're looking at Halloween stuff, and this guy's kind of looking. He's kind of looking, and I'm like, I didn't think anything of it. He's just kind of over in the corner, kind of watching what I'm doing, and I just thought, some people are just whatever, you know. So all of a sudden, I go to walk by him, and he stops me, and he goes, New Jersey Paranormal, Woodbridge TV. And I said, oh, you watched that? And he goes, yeah. And I said, well, we haven't done that since before COVID, but I hear that they're still airing it at midnight, on the cable access show. And, of course he recognized me. I had to introduce him.
You're
say,
so funny.
My wife, Chris.
I'm surprised John's not, instead of being hazel, I'm surprised he's
like,
not dark brown.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. That's John's ad lib right there.
But he did, recognize me, which I understand.
Yes.
But anyway,
I think we all recognize you.
that was a fun thing that happened, and all the other stuff that wasn't so fun.
Yes, Anna, you can buy the tickets at the door for cash.
But yeah, we've been having a lot of stuff and dealing with a lot of stuff.
I told you, I think somebody's got voodoo dolls of us.
I think we need whatever this is. I don't know if that's Rock'em Sock'em Robots or
that was like trying to churn that energy, like get that power going,
Puppets,
like when they ride that bike to get energy.
Remember those puppets where you could
sock 'em bop 'em?
No, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Bop 'em, sop 'em.
But when people ride a bike and like make lights go, whatever, when they had hooked up, that's like trying to get the brain going, like get that static energy going.
What I'm talking about. Okay. But yeah,
you never do.
No, less, more so. The older you get, the less I understand. That's for certain.
There's a reason for that.
I don't speak whatever.
We know you don't.
Older speak is. I'm not quite there yet.
You're hysterical.
Anyway, we've had our share of things going on the last few weeks, to say the least, and we can't talk about a lot of them, which lots of people have a lot of questions about a lot of things, especially expo related, but we really can't talk about any of that. It's just the way it is. We just can't talk about it. So, the expo is full steam ahead.
Thank you, Karen.
November 8th. It's going to be a great time. Again, we're really into the planning. And we're right there now. It's like weeks away. And even that, there's so many more elements involved than we ever had to deal with before. So it's like, hey, why not? Why not? Just sure. Whatever.
What's more?
Like it feel like a person who's carrying like a huge stack of bricks, and then somebody going, could you fit one or two more of those on the top? And I go, sure.
That's right. Now you're getting it.
And then I'm okay. So
there you go.
What I do.
That's how you do it.
But anyway, the event at Liberty Hall was. You weren't there.
I was not. Yeah. For not good reasons.
For not good reasons.
Yeah, my grandson.
You mean for a good reason?
No, not for a good reason. I wish I wasn't there because I was off frolicking.
No, you said
not for a good reason.
You were there.
That's
for
a horrible reason.
A good reason.
No, I said it correctly.
Meaning you had to be somewhere else. That was a good reason.
And it wasn't for a good reason. No, it wasn't for a good reason. It was a horrible reason why I had to be away from that.
Anyway, this is what I mean about her.
I get it.
It was a really good reason why she couldn't.
Oh, sorry, Whitney.
She wasn't there.
I hope everything goes good for his surgery. Her dad's going to be in surgery.
Oh, when?
During the expo, yeah. Okay. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, pray everything goes well, and it's nothing too serious. But anyway, the Liberty Hall event was probably one of the I don't remember too many events where it was so much on the fly that we were figuring kind of things out. And there were other things going on along with that event. Chris had to leave on a moment's notice because her grandson had an accident and needed surgery. So she had to up and go again. She had to go. There were other things going on when she left that needed attention, to say the least. And we're trying to, again, navigate that event between Danielle and I and Nikki, and other stuff is going on. and I'm up late at night, and I'm dealing with all this other stuff, and that was an event where we were like, wow, we got this is coming up. We got to do this. We got to figure this out and make it work. And I think we did that. We had Jossie and Dana join us.
I tell you, I'm very grateful for those.
That was last minute, and they came through.
As soon as I reached out and talked to Taryn, and Taryn reached out to the girls, and they jumped right in the last second. And
again, everybody was just real flexible. Nikki and Danielle, and it was just about, okay, there's this many people coming. John is coming. We're gonna make the most of this, and I think we did. I think having John there, of course, helped, because John is John. John is, if you were there, you know what I'm talking about. And again, John is not real vocal publicly about certain things. I can't really say, because people who were there heard it. But John tries to shy away from any Warren stuff, really. And John says to me a certain subject. It was about the Warren house being sold. That's what he said. People are going to ask me about that, and they're going to want. And I said, John, if you want me to tell the people here, look, we're not talking about that, I'll do it. And he's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So people come in and they sit down, and the first thing out of his mouth is, so who saw the movie? Oh. And then from then on, he just went, which I love about that. I love John, and John was feisty. John is such a character.
Christina said your hair looks great tonight.
Who said that?
Christina.
Oh, thank you. But John, I know John, so I know that version of John, and him and I talk, and I hear that version a lot, and he was just shooting from the hip, baby. I mean, he really was. And yeah, that was funny. It was, if you were there, you know what was being discussed. And he didn't hold back. And it was funny, because afterwards I said to him, I'm like, literally, you did what? He's like, well, I just couldn't. I'm like,
Whitney said he was great to listen to.
I can listen to John for hours and hours. John doesn't even know how engaging John is. He really doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
John thinks he's telling tales or stories from his past, and it's just things that probably have heard before, and blah, blah. But no, he comes out with some nuggets where it's just like, wow.
Takes you by surprise, like, where'd that come from?
What a life the guy has led, I mean, in this field.
So there's another aspect too. Again, I'm not here. I'm in North Carolina with my grandson. He had to have reconstructive surgery on his face, and I get a call from this guy in a panic. And this never fails. Either really bad storms come with John's office, or something with the hotel. John will tell you this. I booked the hotel. Stop. That's not true.
Every time.
Stop. Let me finish. No, hush. Let me finish. Every time. I'm trying to.
I'm just saying. You're going to say your BS line, and it's every time. John would attest to that.
You done?
Yes.
All right. You going to let me finish?
Yes.
Thank you. So I book all the celebrities that we deal with for everything. Never have a single problem. I do it all the time. All the time. And I am a person that dots my I's and crosses my T's. And everything was confirmed with him. But every single time that man goes to check in, there's always an issue. It never fails. I can call the hotel several times to confirm things, to make sure everything is right above. I even put him in a hotel that we personally deal with, so there would be no issues. And all of a sudden, this guy calls me and says they won't let him check in, that he's literally saying that he's not on the reservation you are. So again, I'm in North Carolina. I'm trying to call. It won't go through. So I call the hotel direct and get like 2 seconds, get it worked out, and he's booked in. And I'd asked them to put John on the phone, John's office. And I said, what is it about you with this stuff? And he busted, goes, oh, it's all good, kiddo. At least I'm in my room. I'm good. I'm happy. And this one here busts my butt. But I swear to God, there is something over that happens with him when it comes to booking hotels. Every single time. I think there's only one time in the very beginning it never happened with him. Why are you sitting there smirking?
I'm being quiet. I'm letting you finish. I'm letting you tell your part of the story.
I did it. Thank you, Whitney.
That's all I'm doing.
He's. I do have to tell you, the surgery and the type of accident that he had. That kid is resilient. That kid is tough, and definitely divine intervention stepped in with that young man. I mean, it should have been so much worse than what everything finally settled into. And it's going to take some time for him to heal, but he's going to heal, and that's all that matters. Very grateful for that, and very grateful for everybody who sent prayers and stuff my way and his way.
So God, I think it was Camp Evans. It was a summer event. It was one of the late ones. We don't finish the summer events till midnight. And poor John Zaffis had been stuck in traffic because it was May and it was heading down the shore, if you know Jersey.
Wasn't that a 3-hour trip that took 6?
You know how? So poor John had done, driven all that way, did a 5-hour event, and he was tired. He just wanted to go back to his hotel. His back was bothering him. And he just wanted to go back to his hotel and rest. And lo and behold, Chris screws it up. And the poor guy calls me.
Stop saying I screwed up.
You said your side. My turn.
Don't say stuff like that.
Now we're hanging outside the Wawa. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning now. And he's like, dude, I can't get in my room. And I'm like, what? He's like, they don't even have a booking for me. And I'm like, you're kidding me.
Yes, I did.
So they didn't. They botched the booking. However, that happened.
I know what they did.
So then we had to get him another hotel somewhere. And that was a busy weekend. I think it was Memorial Day or one of the holiday weekends. And we had to book him all the way at the hotel we used for the expo, which was 30, 40 minutes away from where he was, but closer to his home. It was kind of on the way home. But yeah, it has happened
But what
before.
He's not telling you that I called the hotel before we left our home for the evening to check. Yes. Also put in the special notes that he would be checking in after 1 a.m. Not a problem. Called the hotel, confirmed everything 3 times, including when John Zaffis and John were together. I went and I made the call and it came out. Okay, they said it's, and they canceled the reservation. They said that he never showed. I had to fight with the booking agency and I had to fight with the hotel. And I just literally, by the time I was done with the hotel, I told the booking agency they'll never be used again. And I told the hotel I would never book anybody there, which is too bad because I book a lot. I book a lot of places for what we need. So it was their loss. And they tried to apologize after the fact, but what's done is done. They left that guy out in the cold. And we had to fix it. But yeah, things like that happen, and I don't get it when it comes to John.
Me either. But anyway, she wasn't my wife. She'd be long fired. But unfortunately, for better, for worse, that whole thing factors in.
If I wasn't your wife, you probably wouldn't be here.
And it is what it is. But anyway, the Liberty Hall event, John was typical John, but he was geared up a little bit. I think he might have had a Red Bull or something on the way.
Really?
But, he was tooped up, and he loved.
Might be caffeine.
He loved the mansion.
Yeah.
He loved everything about the house and
he's going to come back.
Everything being original to the family. He just kept repeating that over and over how much he loved the mansion and he loved the carriage house. So yeah, he really likes that place and he wants to come back. And I was the last one with him, and if you've ever been on an investigation with John, he uses the Echo Box. But again, if you don't know what that is, it's basically an app that only has phonics sounds in it, and the theory is that spirits can mix the sounds together into words, and that they can be intelligent responses. and he likes to use that. So when he's in my group, I just let him lead with the echo box. And if you've been with him before, you'll know that. Yeah, I'm going to tell that story in a minute, Whitney. Um, you'll know that he will sometimes have other people coming through that are related to him, and you'll see him have full on discussions with these people through the echo box. And that night, we're literally like, there's a group of people there, and he's talking to who's ever, around. Right. And then he goes, no, 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 Uncle Petey's dead. Uncle Petey's not around anymore. No, no, Mikey's not around either. Mikey's gone too. And everybody's kind of looking at each other. And somebody looked at me and I said, I think we're like in a therapy session and we just don't know it. The guy's a little older. He's probably, but he swears that relatives and Ed and Lorraine, especially Ed, through. Will come through when he's opening up those channels and he's doing his sessions. And it happened. I've seen him do it many times. I've seen him talk to Ed many times in my session. Yeah. Which is kind of strange. He says he comes through. Yeah. So I have to publicly apologize to Whitney because I did on Instant Messenger, but I have to publicly apologize. I am horrible with names. Oh. Horrible. Anybody will tell you that unless I've known you for a year or names. More, I'm horrible with names. I was sure her name was Wendy. I don't know why. At least you got to do the W's there, Whitney, because normally you don't even do that. For 40 minutes, I called her Wendy. Probably 100 times. And then she was leaving, and she turns around to me. She goes, John, just so you know, it's Whitney and not Wendy. And I'm like, why didn't you tell me minute one, like first time I did it, instead of, she's like, well, people make that mistake, because of the way my name is spelled and they don't pronounce the Whitney part of it. And I'm like, I feel so bad. He kept calling you the whole entire time. I do that often. Whitney, he called someone who comes to our events all the time. He kept calling his team member, calling the wife the team member's name instead of her name. That caused problems. Yeah, he was like, you're going to get me in trouble. You keep doing that. That caused problems. And it was just insane. So Joey started calling her Wendy. There you go. So what did Kathy mean by he was fascinated with the attack? What was the attack? I wasn't in every group, so I have no idea what that's about. But anyway, so I apologize to Whitney. It turns out Whitney and Joey. See, Joey, I remember. Joey's easy. I have a nephew named Joey. Yeah. I'll never forget Joey. Horrible pronouncing names too. But turns out Whitney and Joey do this thing where they kind of they pick up on energies of places that they might be visiting, and they do sketches. Oh. And they were showing them. I did see these sketches, and I told them maybe we could work it out in the future where we kind of tie that in somehow to an event or two, just for experimental. That would be interesting. But yeah, it's never good when I call someone the wrong name for the entire night. Tamara was the worst. She probably got it the worst from me because there was no way I was remembering Tamara. No way. Until like 2 years. And then I would literally look at her and go, you. Maria kept saying, just call her T, John. Just call her T. Her, you. You ask question. Then she's next. Oh my God. I don't do that often, but I did do that to someone once where I called them the wrong name all night. And I knew their name, and I don't know why I was saying it wrong. You'll forever be Wendy to me, Whitney. Oh my God, Whitney. You probably will. But anyway, that was a good event. And, we had a good time. It was good being back at Liberty Hall. Then I was bored because I was home alone, like Macaulay Culkin. And I decided, hey, why not go to the Creeper Gallery on a Sunday? New Hope. How bad could it be? Sunday, right? Kids are back in school. People got to be at work. You know what I mean? What does he say? He could never remember my name, and we. Come on, John McGinnis. No way that I forget your name. You're lying. That's a lie. That's a blatant lie.
Says you.
How can I remember the guy who wore something about effing something on his T-shirt in a high school while kids are walking around? How can I forget that guy's name? Anyway, so I decided to go to the Creeper Gallery because I was bored. Lucky for me, when I got there, Donna was still there. Jay was there.
We got to hang out.
And I got to actually hang out. But the problem was I wanted to start at 7:30 and we're outside and Donna, I love Donna. But Donna could be.
She has, Christine.
I called her Donna Marion. Look at that. I literally mentioned her name, and there she is. Donna says to me, I'm hanging out, and it was great to see her. It was great to see Jay. We're hanging out, and we're laughing, and we're joking about different stuff. So Donna says to me, when are you starting? Because I got to get home 40 minutes and then start dinner. And I'm like, I'm starting at the regular time because I don't want to be here till 11 or 12 o'clock at night. So
she's laughing.
I did. I started at regular time. It wasn't easy, but I did. But I really enjoy investigating objects that have no story whatsoever. I really, really do. I don't know what it is about it. It's almost like
you like a blank canvas.
Yeah, it's like walking on fresh snow. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. And she's like, well, we've got these dolls here. There's this one that is hanging up on the wall. It's fairly tall. It's porcelain. That one may have a dark attachment. And then there's this clown with a rubber face and this wax woman with a purple dress, I believe. And I'm like,
we went to the dark.
I'm like, hey, you had me at dark attachment. You know me. It don't take much more than that. So I did the one with the dark attachment first. And from what I got, there was nothing dark going on there. I actually got a little girl talking and laughing and interacting. I mean, she was pleasant. I think her name was Eileen. Somebody help me here. Eileen? I think it's Eileen. I get Elaine and Eileen. I get those. I think it was Eileen. But very pleasant and interactive. And I had a great time with that doll. Very easy. Little did I know that the rubber-faced clown with no hair, and I don't think it was him. I think it was the wax lady.
Ellie.
Really? See, I can't even get that right. Ellie's not short for Eileen. But that wax figure doll, that's the one who started spewing stuff like demon, Satan, and all this other stuff. That's the one that kind of I literally said when I first started with the doll and the first word that came out of the box was demon. And I'm like, boy, I knew I couldn't get through it unscathed. I knew it. I just knew it. And I'm like, this is the way it's going to go. This is the way it's going to go. So you get into it. And I had a good time with both objects that were unknown. I wasn't able to supply full names or anything like that, but
you got to start with them.
Oh boy, they were pretty interesting.
I actually am looking forward to going back to the Creeper Gallery and doing those mirrors that she has that I haven't been able to see yet. I want to do those.
Well, you're doing those.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about those. I had been looking forward to doing those mirrors.
Yeah, unless there's something dark attached to those things.
Nuh-uh.
I got no, there's not. I don't think so. I don't know. You got to ask Donna, but I really got no interest in the.
Why? It's communication and it's best.
I know, but still, I'd rather the creepy clown with the no hair.
Yes, you do. You like that. God help us.
But yeah, that one doll was hanging up, and I'm like, should I do the dark one first? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do the dark one first because it's funner.
It's funner.
Yeah, it's boring when you're waiting to do the dark ones and the dark
Stephanie.
and I did that one first, but again, not what I heard. Jay, you know, Jay really never says anything either way.
Yeah.
He's like, John, I got a bad feeling about that doll. I got a bad feeling. And I'm like, okay.
The doll you did first?
Yeah, the big porcelain one.
Well, maybe.
And what's worse is that because it's an old doll, and the arms are kind of, so Donna zip tied the hands together.
Oh
it
my
looks
God,
like a hostage doll.
Oh my God.
But it was interesting. I had fun, and the funny thing about it was there was absolutely no place to park in New Hope on Sunday. No, I mean no place. So I had to park in the expensive lot, which is up on the mountain. Now I leave there at 10:30, and it is, no pun intended, a ghost town. All the shops are closed. Nobody's wandering around because it's a Sunday night. The bars are kind of empty. There was nobody out there, and you have to go up the walkway and then up these gravel steps that are pretty steep, and then onto a bridge, a wooden bridge that takes you to the parking lot. And again, I watched a lot of horror movies in my day, man. Too many. And I'm like, yep, I've seen this movie. And right at the bridge, the wooden bridge, as you're going across, and there's the parking lot right in front of you, there's an area to your left that has a fence post with woods behind it that are completely black and dark. And I'm like, that's where the serial killers wait.
That freaks you out.
That's where they wait.
Not investigating dark items.
I'm like, that's where the sick bastards.
And you think there's something wrong with me.
They wait to ambush the stupid guy carrying all the bags crossing, and there's nobody in that lot after a certain hour. The guy there is gone. But yes, I was more nervous walking across that bridge than I was with any object, because it'd be my luck,
It's your imagination.
Crossing the damn bridge. And
it's your imagination.
But no, I did. I had a good time there, and it was a fun investigation. I like not knowing and then finding out. That's fun to me. With buildings as well.
Yeah.
I have such... It's almost like going into an amusement park, like as a kid. When I walk into a building for the first time and never been in there, and people are telling me stories, I'm like, yeah.
I mean,
I can't wait. Let's do this. I can't wait.
I enjoyed that private mention that we did to get to know it, to see if anything was going there. Even though I wasn't fully engaged like I normally am, because that's when the night I got the call that something happened.
I thought you were talking about the one before that.
No, that place, I cannot wait to go back there. We're going back there this week, aren't we? This following week, 20-something Wednesday.
We're going back.
I'm looking forward to that, big time.
But how was that? We talked about that one. We didn't because you were already gone. But we had room after, and I was telling them the story about how the very first room was like, lower your voice.
Get out, yeah.
Get out.
It's in there.
And then the second voice was, I'm afraid. And we're looking at the people who, maintain the buildings, and the director, and we're like, oh crap. Spirits are literally telling us they're afraid of us and get out. They're not going to want us to come in here and do nothing. Yeah. And then finally we found the room with the mannequin and the chair, and two welcoming spirits were like, hey man, come on in.
Just so y'all know, when you're working with other people and you're doing setup in a place that you don't know very well, and they've already told you that this one room where this mannequin is, that the mannequin moves and they have activity in there, and everybody's down another whole hall, sitting in a child's room, doing interaction, and I was asked to go get something to go, and instead of cutting through, I went around the hall, go past this room with this mannequin. This man didn't tell me he set up his little moving rover car that moves to motion. And as I walked past that door, that thing come flying out at me, and I screamed bloody murder. Because who would expect something to come flying out of a dark room at you?
Even Nikki was laughing at you. I mean, when we were together, and after Liberty Hall, and we're talking about the event like we always do and all that stuff. She was just like, I just love investigating with Chris. She's like, because, Nikki is more spiritual, I guess, and, she takes mediumship classes, and so does Danielle. And Nikki believes that she can close her eyes and really concentrate and draw spirits to her. And she said she was doing it in that room, and then
things were happening
happening in the room, and devices were going off. And this one, you know, I think he was just like, maybe you don't want to sit by me, maybe you don't want to be near me. And she said it was just so funny, kind of watching, like, this one, so anxious about, and it just make me laugh. It's hard to investigate with you because it's funny to me that no matter, look, Nikki's even LOL. It's funny to me that you would think after so many years, so many buildings, so many objects that you would build the tolerance and be a little desensitized to.
That's like saying to someone
interaction, but it's the same minimal kind of stuff that you'll still. Oh,
that's like saying a person who gets stabbed should be that they shouldn't react the same way each time they get stabbed. No, I am terrified of what's there and what it can do to you when you know it's there. Watching Chris scoot away from me was like, you're getting strike, Nikki, and I will continue to do it when something happens. Yes. I don't want to be near the action. I prefer to be in a very secure little corner.
And you're leading groups. This is.
And everybody knows, quandary. And everybody here can say this. If they're in my group, they know that you guys want this, not I. When people say, you can come over here and touch me, except for Chris. I say it. You can't touch me. You can't do to me. You can't do. That's just how it is. Okay. Hey, Robert.
Robert is in Hawaii. Robert, how dare you send messages when you're sitting in paradise and we're stuck in Diana. Jersey? How dare you? I always like my back. What is that? Against the wall.
Or wear a hoodie. That doesn't protect you all the time, believe it or not.
Man, why? Where's the fun in any of that? Honestly. If I go somewhere and keep what? I can't see that.
And you keep getting stabbed, maybe you don't go. Thank you.
Well, Roger, she has no choice. But that's part of the experience. It's like going on a roller coaster and not expecting
I don't go on roller coasters. Up and down. Did you not know the trip coming back? Of course, the day that I'm
but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
You get on a roller coaster. What's a roller coaster going to do?
I don't get on a roller coaster.
I'm just saying, for example.
And I'm not doing that.
You go into buildings that could be potentially active with spirit. What do you think could happen? Anything, right?
But you guys get this. You guys get so exciting, so ecstatic. Oh my God, I just felt like you guys don't get freaked out of it. You guys literally don't even think that what's there that you think is like, oh, here's a cold spot. Oh, this just did this. Oh, did you just see that turn? None of you guys ever think that something could do something or you can't see coming that can harm you, scare you, touch you. And you can't stop it.
Yes, Stephanie, we'd definitely be interested. I don't say no to anything. I mean, if there's places of activity, no. And Cape May has those big, beautiful, old Victorian mansions. Oh yeah, I do that in a heartbeat.
But give you an example. The day that I came back, which is the other night, I hate flying. I'm terrified of flying because of things. I'm not going to get into it. I've gone through it. But get on the flight, and it's the windiest, craziest weather day that they had down in the south. And when we took off, if any of y'all know what shake and bake was back in the day, that's what the plane was. Just the whole flight there. Get on a bigger, and it was a smaller plane. Get on a bigger plane. Supposed to be so much better. Nope. I do not want to get on a plane for a very long time.
Yeah, you're not a good flyer.
I know I'm not a very good flyer. But if you've gone through what I've gone through, you wouldn't be either. And I suffer high anxiety to begin with.
You're just wacky.
I do. I'm not wacky. I'm a rational, normal person. If you've been on a plane, get hit like lightning, it's been on fire, and had to do you freak out too on a plane when it starts moving and doing stuff. I have normal fears.
I've been in 2 massive car wrecks where I should have died both times.
You did.
And yet I still get in a car and I still drive a car.
You do.
And I still.
But did it take you?
No. There's nothing here that says be afraid, because that could happen to you again. Because
it can't happen again?
No, I said there's nothing in here that says be afraid because you're getting in the car. That could happen again to you. Well, today, tomorrow,
I'm happy
next
for
week,
you.
Whatever.
Not everybody operates that way.
There's the Top Gun where Maverick got in that accident and he was afraid to fly again. Remember?
God.
And then he got in there. What did he do? Those 2 Russian planes, bang. Maverick saved.
I almost thought you were talking,
about
Days of Thunder.
Maverick saved that battleship.
Hey, see, I will drive.
You have to decide whether you're going to be Maverick or Goose. You're a goose. You got goose in you.
This goose is going to goose you.
You got goose in you.
So I'm going to goose you.
I'm the Maverick.
The more turbulence, the better. See, Anna, people are crazy. Hey, Rick. You guys are crazy when it comes to my daughter loved that. One daughter does and the other daughter. But we were on a plane that fell. I mean, fell, it went whoop because it got hit by lightning. And I've been on a plane that caught on fire and we had to do an emergency landing. And there's been other things. That's not. We have a rule in my family. I come from a family of 6. If Chris is flying, we don't fly.
And I've flown with you 2 or 3 times without incident.
You've flown with me once.
Arizona, Georgia.
Oh, you did go to Georgia. You did.
And how many incidents?
And I'm grateful. Well, maybe you're the key for my little good luck charm. Maybe you should be going everywhere I got to go.
Maybe I should.
I agree. I still hate flying.
But anyway.
The more turbulence, though. No.
So, this week is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Hectic. This is the weekend. I don't know how it started with this weekend being the way it is. It's always the 3rd weekend in September. And we have very dear and near and dear friends at the Paranormal Center who we've known for probably 15 years at least. And they've supported us. They're real friends. They're good friends. Cynthia, Brandon, and now George. And we just love them. They're good people. And we do everything we can to support them. Everything we can because they've supported us. So the Baron Ghost Hunt is for them. The Psychic Fair, which is Saturday from 11 to 5 at Arcadia, whatever center. I'll post it on New Jersey Paranormal tomorrow. All the proceeds from that, the admissions and the vendor tables, goes to the Barnard Center, and so they can produce more programs. That's what they're for the arts. And we put that together every year now for 7 years now, which is crazy to think. Yeah. And it's from 11 to 5, and we have a good time. Judy Kay's there, Jane Doherty's there, Shannon, the palm reader, Ed Anderson, who you guys remember, the bone reader guy. He's there, and a bunch of others, Connie Ellick. And again, if you want a reading, if you're into that, there's some free lectures too. It's for a good cause, and if you want to get a reading, get a reading. But that's something we've been doing. We've also have an event that night. So we literally leave there at 5 o'clock, have our equipment in the car ready, and drive to Bridgewater to the Van Horn. And we set that up because we know it's close by. And we do an event there. That's where we're going to be Saturday night. So, yeah, you're tired after that day. That's a long day. And the energy drink is going to be flowing that day for sure. But the Van Horn is one of those buildings that can surprise you, and even the experiences they had there. Again, one of the best stories I ever heard in a building was how that guy was fixing the boiler or something in the basement, and the bell ding 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 when you open up the front door. So he came upstairs and there was a woman in period clothing, and he thought that she was part of some meeting, or no, he thought that he was like, why is she there? And he said, can I help you? And she said, I'm here for a meeting, the meeting every Tuesday night or whatever it was. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm working here. There is no meeting as far as I know. And she's like, yeah, every Tuesday night we have a meeting. And she gave the guy the phone number of the guy who was supposed to be in charge of the meeting. And he dialed it and nothing happened. And he turned around and the lady was gone. Didn't hear the bell for the door. Gone. Cool story. And we've had our fair share of experiences there. I have usually a good time upstairs. I think there's a mixture of people who live there and some Native American energy in that building, and that building will surprise you. It sometimes. It does. I just can't do the basement because I hit my head a million times.
That basement gets you. That basement's got some stuff going on.
That's where they saw the legs last time. Yeah. They saw was it Danielle saw the legs?
Yeah, Danielle and I were down there. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that happens down in that basement it can't be explained.
But that is the.
We each thought each other had walked over to the thing, and we were literally standing next to each other. What?
Yeah, we know that. She doesn't know that because she's not the person in charge of stuff and running things, but
he only tells me on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, I know they're doing renovations, which could lead to more activity because could be ticking off the people who don't want anything to change there. So, looking forward to that as well, to see how they feel about that, to see if they're going to be like, hey, we're not real happy about changes, and B about you being here while the changes are going on, messing with us or trying to talk to us. Should be interesting. But yeah, that's a busy night. And it goes on from there, then it's Adam Berry at the Mine, which I believe tickets are still available for that. And the library lectures, again, I'm going to post the dates of the library lectures in October. There's 5 of them. But they're all the same. This is what I keep telling everyone. People ask me, people have been texting me and messaging me like, hey, is that an event you're doing in Linden? And I'm like, no, it's a lecture. And if you come to that one, if you want to come to the others, that's great. We'll hang out with you.
Yeah, we get a chance to once we do the lecture, we get to interact and hang out and talk with people a little bit. And that's the nice part of it.
Lecture, and all 5 times, I'm not a rock band who has a different set list for every night. It's the same show with a few different things when it comes to the lectures. But I enjoy the lectures. They're fun. It's cool to be around people. It's so weird how there's just a segment of society who only pay attention to the paranormal this time of year. It's just, I know that's normal because it's Halloween season, but there really is, like, the majority of people really focus on the paranormal this time of year. Where, for me, it's all year, every day, all day. But man, this time of the year, I get so many emails, so many places. Can we do something? Can we fit something in? Can you come to our place? And I'm just like, man, I can't do this 7 days a week. And bad enough I get into Fridays and Saturdays.
You would if you could.
I can't do any more than that. But it's like people are so into it,
They are.
And I appreciate that, but I wish they were into it like as much the whole year because it's there all year,
I agree with you.
And we found out our friend Krista Cesare, who we interviewed here a year or 2 ago, he was the one who went to college and his dorm room was haunted. I don't know if you guys remember that interview. He's written a book. He's got a DVD out there. He's going to be featured on a Netflix special, I believe, October 7th, he said. So Chris is a good guy.
Good guy.
He had cancer. He has issues from that. One of the better guys in the field. Nice guy. So I encourage you guys to watch that. And he'll be at the expo if you want to meet him. He's also doing a lecture. Just good person.
The other thing I'm going to bring up and mention, I was talking to Jefferson, the dream interpreter, and we'd like to bring him back on again. And depending on how many of you would be willing to submit a dream to, where would you want them to send it if they want to participate?
Send it to the inbox of New Jersey Paranormal on our page.
So what we would do is that we'd pick 2 or 3 people, depending on the time, and he would give you an idea, and you would have to, and if you were willing to come on during the show.
You'd have to be on the screen with him on a split screen.
So he could talk to you about, because we would get the dream thing, and then we would read it to him, and then you guys would start, and then he would interpret it for you. So if we get enough people who are interested in doing that, we will schedule to have him on to do a sample of that. And Kathy's on here and stuff. They can all tell you that literally he's amazing at what he does. And what you think your dream may mean is totally opposite of what it turns out to be. And he's really good at what he does. Really good. So if anyone is interested in being part of Jefferson's dream interpretation, just send us that email. Give us, as much detail about the dream.
And it could get personal, so know that going into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
he deep dives.
He's been right.
And if you don't want him to say something, he won't.
He's been right every time, man, and he's blown me away. I never would have believed in this stuff, but I may have a few between now and I have them, but I haven't been jotting them down. Yeah, when we prepare for this, like now, if I have a dream and I wake up, I'll grab my phone.
And that's what he tells you to do, because the further you get away from the dream, the more details you lose. And if you wake up and that dream's fresh, he said if you write it down immediately or even talk it into something and record it, it's fresh right then and there. And as the time goes on, it just drifts and goes away with the details.
No, I'll literally grab my phone and text the details and wake up and just so I have it the next morning.
So if there's anyone interested in doing that, just send us a message with the dream, and we'll set up a schedule with Jefferson when to bring him on so that we could do this.
You would think, and here's the fascinating part of this, is that you would think, like, all my life, I mean, I've had relevant dreams, I don't have really visitation dreams. I wouldn't. My mom has come through in dreams maybe twice since she's passed. My sister never has come through. But like other than that, I've always thought dreams were literally like data dumps. The active awake mind takes in so much sensory stuff. We're looking at stuff all day. We're hearing stuff all day. We're doing stuff all day. There's so much in there, like in the cloud that's stored.
Yeah.
You almost get the feeling like dreams is just a mesh of whatever's kind of floating around in there. And your mind is just like data dump, just like throwing stuff out from here and from there and from there. And I always thought that's what they were. And then through the years watching him do this, I'm like, I believe every dream has some relevancy. And there's, like he said, there's something in that dream that is unresolved that bubbles up a little bit and then a little more. And until that thing's resolved, it's going to come through a little more in different ways within your subconscious in your dreams. And he's right about that. Every time we've ever done one of these, man, there's some.
I had a dream. Remember the dream that we did on the show? And I thought it was vanilla. And boy, what he came back with was he did on about past trauma thing that happened. It was insane. And how the heck he could get that from the dream I had it just blew my mind.
Just none of the sexy time stuff, okay? None of the. This is an adult. This is a family show where we want to be open to everyone. So if you got some weird kinky stuff going on in your dreams, that's between you and whoever else. Just leave it there.
But seriously, if someone would like to give this a shot, we need at least 2 or 3 people that would be willing to. How many?
Probably 3.
That would be willing to come on and do that and willing to share their dream. Because, like I said, you send it to us, and what we'll do, he won't know what the dream is until you guys are both on together, and then we'll read him what it is, and then and do it from there. I used to journal dreams and have stories how dreams were relative to waking life.
Oh, Donna, we'll start at the beginning right now. We're just going to go back and let's start back for Donna. So, Chris is back. Happy birthday, Chris. And we'll just, I'm kidding, Donna. Anyway, that's it for tonight. It is Thursday. Tomorrow night, we'll probably be setting up and changing batteries and getting ready and preparing for the psychic fair. Which again is in Woodbridge, and for the event at the Van Horn Sunday, if there's anything left of us, we'll come back on and recap it. But probably Monday, we'll come back on and
we have a meeting on Sunday, and
we'll discuss everything that happened over the weekend, funny stories. We'll talk about the event and what's coming up the following week as well. I am trying to book October interviews. I like doing that. I like to have at least one a week for different subjects and different people. But I'll try to set some stuff up, some surprises and stuff too, besides Jefferson for October. So look forward to that. Other than that, yeah, Cripper Gallery stuff and whatever else we're doing.
So the psychic fair that's going to happen on Saturday, and I'm probably going to say this wrong. You know how to say it?
Remember that.
You're going to post it?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on our page. I'll put the poster on our page.
ACACIA Youth Center at 95 Port Reading Ave, Woodbridge. So if anybody who wants to be there, and like John said, he'll post it.
Hopefully we'll see you guys at the psychic fair. Even if you just want to come by, donate to the Barron Arts Center. It's $5 for admission, and hang out for a while with us. Check out a lecture. Even if you don't get a reading, you're welcome to come by and say hi and support the Barron Arts Center.
It's going to be 3 really good lectures.
Or Saturday night, we'll see some of you at the Van Horn. So that's it. Remember, keep that brain going. Keep doing this. And we'll see you probably.
And stay away from Nikki and those spirits that she attracts.
We'll see you guys Monday night. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Good night. Be safe. Stay healthy. And I'm going to say this until I have not one single breath left inside of me. Be compassionate and be empathetic and be kind to each other, because this world is starting to be very unkind, and that's not a good place to be. We all need to remember that, because kindness goes a long, long ways on making things better for each other. Even when we're having bad things happening, one kind thing from a stranger can change everything in a moment. So remember that, and you guys have a good night.
Night, everybody.